So for deburring your blade, first I should say that it's really important to completely take off every burr, all the burr that you have created while you were sharpening. If you got a little bit left, your blade is not going to be quite as sharp and grip as much on the ice. So now we're going to look at the different tools to do it. First, you got a conventional stones that everybody knows. Often they come in a long plate like that. I would say that a long one is not too good because, as you know, your blade has a curve, and if you pass a long stone like that on your blade, well, what's going to happen is that it's going to touch at both ends of the stone, and that way you're not going to have a good contact on your blade. And what's going to happen is that you're going to touch on both ends and eventually make little strips on your stone, and it could damage the blade. So what you want to do with something like that is to actually cut it into smaller pieces to allow you a better contact on the blade, like this. Okay. What I often say as well is I like to have something under the blade. Like you can use a cloth, you can use anything to actually be able to pinch your tool properly. Okay. So second tool that many people use is the carbide here. You got many kinds of carbides. What's important to know is that there's different hardness to those carbides, and you want to use a carbide that is in a very good condition. If your carbide has little dips, little strips in it, it can create a major problem on your blade. So be sure that you have a good one and that it's good condition. Again, with the carbide, it's important to have a good hold on it. You want to have a good pressure on the blade, but you want to make sure that it doesn't flip, again creating a big problem on the blade, creating a big strip. You can make quite a deep strip with a carbide like that. On the carbides, there's few types of carbides. This one is really popular with the skaters. There's as I said, different shapes of carbides, but you want to use one that is hard and in good condition. Finally, the last tool that you can use for the deburring your blade is a diamond stone. We've seen in the past some very long diamond stones. This one is 1 by 1, and again, it's a good size to actually have a good contact on your blade. You can really have good results with a stone like that. The advantage of those stones is that they're really easy to use. You know, you put it on the blade, you just pinch it, and anybody can use it. So a lot of people are afraid to make some strips on their blade with a carbide. I would say that it's a really good option. So now we'll talk briefly about the pros and cons of the three different kind of deburring tools. So for the conventional burr stone, the advantage is it's cheap and it can last quite a long time if you take time to clean it properly. The disadvantage is that you have to clean it on a regular basis because the dust from the blade sticks on the stone, and you need some oil, some grease to actually clean it. For the carbide, as I said, many people use them. This one is our biggest seller. The advantage is that you can take off the burr completely in just 1 or 2 strides. It's really quick, but the disadvantage is that you need to sharpen the skates quite often to be comfortable to hold it. Many people don't feel confident to hold it because, as we know, if you flip it, you can damage the blade while doing it. And finally, for the diamond stones, biggest advantage is that it's really easy to use. So, and another thing is that it's easy to clean. You don't need oil, you don't need water. Only with a dry cloth you take off the dust that came from the blade. So this is quite easy to use and lasts quite long as well. So I hope those little tips will help you. If you want to get more videos like that and more information, I'll be pleased to see you on the next video. Just register on the link on the screen.